Hey, how's it going? I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we are going to be making some mochi. Well, red bean paste filled mochi, otherwise known as daifuku. If you've tried it, please don't judge me too harshly. If you haven't, I hope you liked the video. So I got this book, Japanese Takeout Cookbook. And I really wanted to make something in it, and one of the only things in this book that I actually had 99% of the stuff for was this mochi with sweet bean filling, or daifuku. Now for the mochi, which is the white outside part, there's not very many ingredients here. It says 1/2 cup of the mochiko sweet rice flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of water, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 drops of red food coloring, which is optional. You don't have to put it in there. Just makes it pink. And then it says 2 drops of rice vinegar. I have rice vinegar, but it is seasoned rice vinegar for sushi. But since it's 2 drops, since it's only 2 drops, I figured that we could leave this out just because I don't have the regular rice vinegar. And I actually didn't see rice vinegar in any of the other recipes or videos or tutorials that I've been looking up all day. So we're gonna have to leave that out. Potato starch for the coating. Now this here says 1/2 can of sweet red bean paste. You can get that probably in bigger cities. You can order it. I didn't. There was a whole bunch of videos on how to make red bean paste. Yeah, so I could not find small red beans that were dry. I could find canned small red beans. So you're supposed to like soak them overnight and then rinse them a whole bunch of times. You boil them and mash them together with some sugar. I guess we're just gonna skip the whole boiling part. I'm just gonna rinse these really, really good and see where we go from there. I'm gonna look up a recipe, and all I'm gonna have to do, I guess, is replace the dried beans for these beans. Found a recipe, and it said to use 1 cup of dry beans, and then I had to Google how many cups of cooked beans came out of 1 cup of dry beans. So it is, for every 1/3 of a cup of dry beans, it is 1 cup of cooked beans. So I need 3 cups. I only had 2 cans of beans, so please let this be 3 cups of beans. 3 cups exactly. All right, so now we're gonna take our 3 cups of beans, put it in this pan over medium-high heat, add 1.5 cups of sugar. We need to stir the beans together in a saucepan over medium-high heat. We're gonna cook, and we're gonna keep stirring. We're gonna keep stirring constantly until the sugar melts and the beans form a loose paste. So the recipe said that this whole process should take about 10 minutes, but in reality, it's gonna be closer to 20. Just because I wasn't sure if it's supposed to be this liquidy. I tried to mash beans and make it more of a paste, but I failed miserably. So it took a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but I think this is about the consistency that it should be. I just gotta see. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit and then run it through the food processor and then set it aside to cool. And then we will start our mochi. Here's red bean paste after it's been cooled and gone through the food processor, and it's been sitting in the fridge for a little bit. You can see, I mean, you can still see the skins of the beans, but it looks pretty good. It's not as, smooth looking as that, but hey, tastes good, and that's all that matters at this point, right? Right. All right, now we're gonna make the mochi. So we need to get 1.5 cups of the mochiko sweet rice flour. All right, and I really hope I don't screw this up because it is only a 16-ounce box. I did pay $2.29 for it, but if I screw it up, I can't go anywhere and get any more unless I order it from Amazon, which hopefully I don't have to do. So we're gonna take our 1.5 cups of mochiko. We've got 1 cup of sugar. We need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which is right here. 2 drops of rice vinegar. Don't have it, not gonna use it. It's only 2 drops. Can't affect too much, right? And then I guess, yeah, we'll go ahead and make our mochi pink. So we're gonna use the food coloring, and then the homemade red bean paste. So let me get water, and then we're gonna go ahead and start putting this together. All right, so now we're gonna whisk together the mochiko, the sugar, the water, and the salt, and in a microwave safe bowl. After we whisk everything together, I'm gonna go ahead and add our food coloring. Okay, so you want to make sure there's no lumps. It's nice and smooth. Beautiful, beautiful. And 2 drops. I did say this is optional in the many YouTube videos I watched on how to make mochi or how to make daifuku. There was no food coloring, but you know what? I think it's gonna be pretty, so I decided to go for it. All right. Now that is done, we're gonna take our piece of plastic wrap here, loosely cover your bowl. Okay, now here's the part. It says the microwave on high for 9 minutes. I'm gonna see how long it takes. It might take 9 minutes total. We're gonna do it in increments though. So I'm gonna go ahead and microwave it for 3 minutes, stir, and then 3 minutes, and stir, and then we'll see what happens from there. To make sure that our mochi doesn't stick, I'm gonna put down the potato starch. Make sure you're careful and you use a pot holder because, hey, it's hot. Open it away from your face. That is important. So you see that the mochi dough started to form on the outsides here. From now until it's done, I think I'm gonna do it in 1 minute increments. I don't want it to be too chewy in parts. I want it to be consistent. Now we're going to take it and put it onto the cornstarch. Be careful, it is very hot. I'm gonna let it cool down for just a minute after I transfer it. So that took all of 4 minutes, I believe. Ooh, that bowl's hot. If I would have done it for 9 minutes, and I think it probably would have burned it. So I don't know. I hope this turns out good. Let's see if it's nice and stretchy. Dump the hot mochi onto the cutting board. That is, sprinkled with potato starch. Working while the mochi is still hot, cut the mochi into 12 pieces. Oh, no. So we're supposed to make it into an even rectangle shape. And then we need to cut it into 12 equal shapes. And then you flatten with your hands, put the bean paste in the middle, and then you pinch the edges. Potato starch. Okay. Make sure that it's about the same thickness all the way around. And now we're going to take the red bean paste and put a scoop of red bean paste right in the middle. And I'm going to gather it. This. I'm going to pinch it all closed. Okay, right. So then you want to shape it to a nice little ball. I'm going to try to make 11 more of these bad boys, and then we will try them and compare them to our pre-made. It started out real well, and then it got real bad. What I've got here is this shelf stable. It was $2.29, which is what the whole box of Mochiko cost me. This here it was frozen, and it was $5.39 for 6 pieces. We're going to see what those taste like versus what the homemade ones taste like. the best? Well, classic cookbook fashion. I gave my entire review without recording it. So let's go over it again. I'm sorry you won't get the initial reaction, but this one here, this is the boxed kind that was shelf stable. It's Royal Family. I liked it. Like the bean paste in it. It's a lot smoother. There's a little bit of texture in there. But yeah, this one was pretty good. It's not super sweet. But it is chewy. That mochi's pretty good. This one here is the frozen kind. There's a little bit more texture in this one than there was in the last. But I think it looks pretty good. So the bean paste in this one is a little bit sweeter. I like the bean paste better, but I like the mochi better in this one. It's a little bit more chewy, has a little bit more spring to it. The one that I made has, it's a lighter color, but the texture is about the same as the frozen one. So I'm not too mad about it. I was kind of worried, but after seeing the other one, it's not too bad. It's just more runny. If you had fresh daifuku or made it, let me know. Is it supposed to be runny like this, or did I just use the wrong beans or wrong recipe or what? So let me know if you've had it before, you've made it before. Give me any kind of pointers, because this turned out really good and I'd like to make it again. I do like the fresh mochi the best. It's very soft and like almost velvety, but it still has that spring to it. The filling, the red bean paste that I made, I don't know. I know that it tastes a lot more like beans, but I don't know if it's because of the beans that I bought. It's probably because of the beans I bought. But I mean, it was good. Who'd have known that beans and sugar tasted good? Well, the Japanese obviously know that beans and sugar taste good. Oh, come on. Stupid question. Stupid question. I like the mochi the best on this one. The filling the best on this one. This one was pretty good, especially for the price. They're all decent. They're all good. I have had way too much sugar in the last 5 minutes. I would definitely recommend mochi, red bean paste. Delicious treat. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you click the like button, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe. Click that little bell icon, that way you know every time I upload a video. And I'm gonna leave you now with this video of my poor dog trying to get underneath a weighted blanket and not having the best luck. See you later. Bye. Hey bud, that's a weighted blanket. That blankie weighs more than you do. You gonna be okay to get underneath that blanket? No? You just gonna give up and lay on top of it? That's okay too.